Kanaka Dasa was a poet, philosopher, musician and composer from modern Karnataka. He is known for his Kirtanes and Ugabhoga compositions in the Kannada language for Carnatic music. Like other Haridasas, he used simple Kannada language and native metircal forms for his compositions. Life. Thimmappa Nayaka was his original name and he belonged to a chieftain family of Kajinal and Haveri district. He was born to the couple Bayagoda and Bachchama at border village. Kanaka Nayaka, being of the warrior community, his defeat in the field of battle directed him to the path of devotion. He came to be called Kanaka Nayaka as he founded many treasure trove of gold during his childhood and never used for self. Kanaka Dasa was well educated and capable of analyzing the society microscopically. Based on one of his compositions, it is interpreted that after he severely got injured in a war and was miraculously saved, he gave up his profession as a warrior and devoted his life to composing music and literature with philosophy explained in common man's language. It appears that he started traveling to places a lot to gain more knowledge. However, he maintained a balanced view about all faiths. At a young age he authored poetries Narasima Stotra, Ramadhyana Mantra, and Mahanattaranjani. Nanu Hoter Hodanu equals, literary meaning, if at all anyone could go, then it is me, philosophical meaning, I shall go if myself goes. There is a traditional folklore behind this popular quotation. Kanakadasa's master Vyasatirtha once poses a question to him, that who among the scholars present in the convention could attain salvation, moksha. Every scholar present was asked the question. Kanakadasa firmly answers in the negative. He answers in the negative even when asked about the chances of his own master attaining salvation. Scholars in the convention get seriously agitated by this episode and they feel that Kanakadasa must be very inconsiderate to deny the salvation to his own master, let alone the remaining scholars. But asked about his own chances, he says in the affirmative by saying a squared t squared 3/4 r squared t cubed r to the first r cubed r squared squared degree r cubed r to the first r cubed r squared t cubed, adding to the fury of the clueless scholars. His master, who could understand the real wisdom behind Kanakadasa's affirmation, asks him to elaborate his thoughts. Kanakadasa expresses a philosophical idea behind his thought. Kanakadasa had made a pun giving different literal and philosophical meanings. Though it seemed on the surface that Kanakadasa is claiming that he alone may attain salvation, he had in fact put forth a thoughtful message that no matter what is one's scholarly prowess, one cannot achieve anything until the ego is eliminated. And Udupi Kanakadasa has a special association with Udupi as he was the follower of Vyasaraya Swamiji. On the request of Vyasaraya Swamiji of Vyasarajamath, he had come to Udupi. But it was an era when discrimination on the basis of caste was at its peak. The Brahmin priests would not let him into the temple as he was from a low caste, though Vyasaraya Swamiji asked them to let Kanakadasa into the temple. Kanakadasa was outside the temple meditating on Lord Krishna and singing songs in praise of his Lord, Krishna. He did this for weeks. He is believed to have camped outside the temple for weeks cooking his own food, and during this time he was so distraught, he composed poems in praise of Krishna and composed kirtanas which are relevant even today about how all humans are equal, everyone is born the same way physically, everyone shares the same water, same sun for their life on earth. Every Hindu temple and the deity in the Hindu temple always faces east. But in Udupi, Krishna, the deity faces west. It is believed that something unnatural happened those days, when Kanakadasa was outside the temple for days waiting to see Lord Krishna and waiting to be let into the temple. It is believed that during those days, Kanaka was not allowed to have darshan of Krishna with devotion. When he sang kirtanas, temple wall fell down and the deity of Lord Krishna turned around and there was a crack in the outer walls of the temple through which the ardent devotee of Krishna, Kanakadasa, was able to see his Lord. This left the Orthodox community flabbergasted as to why something like this happened. Since then the Krishna idol has been facing west even though the main entrance has been facing east, and this has remained a mystery ever since. Today that window stands as a tribute to Kanakadasa. Almost all devotees who visit Udupi Krishna temple try to have a peep at the idol through this small window, wishing to relive the ecstasy. Kanaka had the divine Darshana unregistered trademark. It is also a memorial to Kanaka Dasa and a testimony to the eclectic Hindu belief that devotion, poetry and sainthood are above caste and creed and certainty above orthodoxy. It is said that Kanaka Dasa lived in a hut in this place in front of the Udupi. Later, a small shrine was built in his memory and it came to be known as a Oe Kanakana Kindia or a Oe Kanakana Mandira. Although many saints such as Purandaradasa and Vijayadasa visited Udupi and were devotees of Lord Krishna, it is Kanakadasa's association to Lord Krishna, which has a deeper meaning. In fact, Udupi became famous because of Kanakadasa. His writings started showing his innovativeness in using day-to-day activities of common man. For example, Ramadhanya Kairite is a poetic expression of conflicts between rich and poor classes where he uses Ramadhanya Raji and rice to synonymously represent poor and rich. He joined Haridasa movement and became a follower of Vyasaraja, who named him as Kanakadasa. His poems and krithi deal with many aspects of life and expose the futility of external rituals. They stress the need for cultivation of moral values in life. His compositions addressed social issues in addition to devotional aspect. Kanaka Dasa was very aggressive and straightforward in criticizing evils of society such as superiority claims using caste system. His poem Kula Kula Kulavandu Hod Dada Diary asks humans not to segregate themselves from one another, because every human is born the same way, everyone eats the same food and drinks the same water, hence none is superior or inferior to one another. The deity he worshipped was Adhikshava of Kajinal, presently in Haveri district of Karnataka. Kajinal, now a village, was a prosperous place and trading centre in the Middle Ages. Out of the many of his compositions, about 240 are fully accountable today. All his Karnataka music compositions end with Mudra Kajinal Adhikshava. In addition to being a poet, he worked as a social reformer by downplaying dogmatic communities that were suppressing the disadvantaged communities. Kanakadasa made extreme effort in reforming the disadvantaged communities by convincing them to give up their age-old obsolete social practices and adapt to the changing world. He effectively used music to convey his philosophy. He lived at Tirupati in his last days. He is one of the greatest musician, composer, poet, social reformer, philosopher and saints that India has ever seen. Major works Nalakarita, Haripaktisra, Nrisambhustava, Ramadhanyatrita, a rare work on class struggle, Mahanataranjani. Kanakadasa wrote about 240 Karnataka music compositions besides 5 major works. His compositions are published in many languages. For example, about 100 songs in Kannada and 60 songs in English are published in popular books. His writings were unique in style. In Ramadhanyatrita, an allegory on the conflict between the socially strong and weak castes and classes, presented as an argument between two food grains, rice and Raji, is a most creative literary piece with a powerful social message. In the work, rice represents the socially powerful and Raji represents the working people. The two grains come before Rama to argue their case and establish their superiority. In the end, Rama sends both of them to prison for 6 months. At the end of the period, rice has turned rotten while the hardy Raji survives, earning Rama's blessings. This shows the intelligence of Kanaka Dasa in trying to reform the society. He was blunt in criticizing those who oppose the good practices. In one of his compositions he says, "Eternal hell is for those who criticize noble men, for those who condemn teachings of Jagadguru." Nalakarita, Haripaktisra, Nrisambhustava, Ramadhanyatrita and an epic, Mahanataranjani. Kanakadasa rationalized bhakti by giving worldly similes. His writing has intimate touch that identifies the reader with the poet himself. His 2 famous compositions in translation are given below. One condemns caste system in a refined poetic way and the other wonders at the colorful and baffling creation of God Almighty in childlike wonder. His Nala Charit is based on the famous love story of Nala and Damayanti, which appears in Mahabharata. Though a great devotee of Lord Krishna, Kanaka Dasa gives his own interpretation. Nala, who is in love with Damayanti, exercises restraint Svayamvara ceremony to win over Damayanti by allowing Indra and other gods a chance to win over her. When he loses everything in a dice game and gets exiled to the forest, stubbornly followed by Damayanti, he deserts her in sleep, hoping that she may go back to her parents and have a better life. He later drives King Ritipana to the second Svayamvara of Damayanti, to see his wife married to a suitable person and be happy. Lord Krishna appears only once casually to rescue the caravan in which the hapless Damayanti was travelling and was attacked by wild elephants. Nrsimhastava is a work dealing with glory of god Narasimha. Kanakadasa's Ramadhanya Charit has quite an unconventional theme. It is about a battle of words between Radi and Rice, each claiming superiority. They go to Lord Rama for justice. With the help of the sages, Rama proves the superiority of Raji over Rice. Raji becomes blessed by absorbing the qualities of Raghava, another epithet of Rama. It is interpreted as poverty and humility being upheld by the poet above material wealth. Even today Raji is food of the poor, which has high nutrition value compared to rice. Raji is a good source of nutrition for people with diabetes for its low sugar content and nutrition value. Mahanataranjani, although a kavya written with all conventional 18 descriptions, deals with eroticism. Pleasure-based eroticism of Sri Krishna with the consorts. The eroticism between Anuradha and Usha form the main theme. It excels in depicting contemporary life. The description of Sri Krishna's Dwaravati is very similar to that of Vijayanagra, under Krishnadevaraya as noticed by foreign travellers. The marketplace with colourful stalls with various commodities, well-demarketed lanes brimming with craftsmen, clients and merchants, royal garden parties and glory of the palace find their place in Mahanataranjani. It echoes the contemporary Portuguese travellers' accounts. A drinking bout of men and women of working class is very picturesque. The reader feels as if Kanakadasa is providing a commentary of a live event. It is for such unconventional and down-to-earth descriptions as also for social awareness that the great poet saint has become immortal. == The following is the translation of == one of his curtains. Are you a creator of illusion? Or illusion your creation? Are you a part of the body? Or is the body a part of you? Is space within the house? Or the house within space? Or are both space and the house within the seeing eye? Is the eye within the mind? Or the mind within the eye? Or are both the eye and the mind within you? Does sweetness lie in sugar, or sugar in sweetness? Or do both sweetness and sugar lie in the tongue? Is the tongue within the mind? Or the mind within the tongue? Or are both the tongue and the mind within you? Does fragrance lie in the flower? Or the flower in fragrance? Or do both the flower and fragrance lie in the nostrils? I cannot say, O Lord Adika Shava of Kajinal, O Peerless One, are all things within you alone? Kanakadasa Jayanthi, in tribute to the great saint, the government of Karnataka has declared his birthday as a state holiday. All the government offices, schools and colleges around the state celebrate the birth anniversary of Sri Kanaka Dasa. In popular culture, famous singers like Puttu Narasimha Nayak and Vidyabhushan are popularizing the songs of Kanakadasa in modern age. Veteran Kannada film actor Dr. Rajkumaran acted as Kanakadasa in the movie Back to Kanakadasa, and the movie was a super hit. Film director and playwright Girish Karnad made a documentary film titled, Kanaka Purandara, on the two medieval Bhakti poets of Karnataka. See also, Border, Shagain. References. Kanaka Panashat by Bananji Govindacharya, published by MGM Research Center, Udupi. Kanakadasa, Poet Among Saints by Jyotsna Kamat.